Hey guys, Star Watch Media here at the Hamptons International Film Festival 2013 with the cast and filmmakers of Louder Than Words. If you guys will introduce yourself and tell me a little about your role in the film and directing it.
Wow. Hi, I'm David Duchovny. I play John Ferrari, who is the father of young Olivia here in the film. And well, that's the name of my character. So we'll describe the film momentarily, but let's introduce everybody.
I'm Anthony Fabian, and I'm the director of Louder Than Words.
He plays the director.
I play the director, yeah, exactly.
Hi, I'm Olivia Steele-Falconer, and I play Maria Ferry.
She has three names.
Hi, I'm Tim Hutton. I play Bruce Kaminsky.
So the film is about parents that lose a child in a tragedy and decide to start a children's hospital. So what first drew you to the script, given, a lot of people know you doing comedy on TV, so what drew you to delve a little deeper into a dramatic indie?
Well, I liked the story that you described. I liked, and I thought it was a very beautifully written piece. And what attracted me to the character was probably the fact that he said so little, because I was used to talking so much. So I liked the idea of having to act without words, which was also one of the titles. But go ahead.
Okay. I don't know. I really, really felt connected to Maria. I just loved her personality and the storyline, and it was all just really beautiful, and yeah.
Well, I liked the script very much, the story, and the character that I was playing. It was an interesting kind of facilitator of people's dreams, and gets pulled in much deeper than perhaps he thought. And it was a very interesting group that was put together for the film, and wanted very much to be a part of it.
So just want to make clear, it's not a gay movie about these two guys who have a child. It's actually Hope Davis is playing the mother in this story. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I've made a fool of myself.
But I just want to say I also loved the story and the script very much, and it was wonderful to make a film in the United States, because I'm based in Britain, so it was great to see how you guys do it over here.
Well, there have been a lot of films like this, from Kramer versus Kramer to Rabbit Hole, where we see, a relationship struggling in the face of a hardship, particularly, with a child. So being a director and really having to take care of your actors, especially when they're delving in emotionally to this material, how did you keep things light? How did you make it through the day, through the set?
Well, there were a lot of very intense emotional moments, and I think all of us felt that watching certain scenes. It was almost unbearable. I don't know that I managed to keep things light. We were in such a hurry to get through our days every day that it was just getting through it was really the end goal. But there is humor in the script as well, and ultimately it's an uplifting story. It's not unremittingly grim. It's actually a story about hope and healing. And it's about Hope Davis and healing, and what David said about words, perhaps not always being the best way to heal. Sometimes deeds are more important, actions, not words. And we used to have a joke every day. I would say to David, "So you remember your lines?" Because he didn't have any, or hardly any. But no, I think that also made for certain challenges, how to get things across.
That was the challenge that I enjoyed, yeah.
Well, given that this is an indie film, and we're so excited to have you at Hamptons Film Fest, I know indie films is all about running and gunning on a low budget with not a lot of time, and it's even more difficult when you're dealing with, a deep script like this that requires you to get there emotionally immediately and directorially. So what was the shoot like? How long did you guys have to shoot? What were some of the challenges of getting it together fast?
I don't know. How long did we shoot?
27 days.
27 days, and that's really...
With Sandy and a snowstorm.
That's right, we did have Sandy. Well, you should answer some of the the hardships.
Well, it is very tough to get through a film in that kind of time, because you need time to do the really interesting creative stuff, but also it can focus the mind. So if you haven't got enough time to cover a scene every which way, then you really have to think about what's the most important thing about it that you need to convey and really just focus on that. I mean, with actors like this, you're working with Rolls Royces, and Olivia also extraordinary. You're not wasting a lot of time with performance, not quite getting there. So that helps a great deal in terms of the speed with which you can work.
And Tim, the people have been asking for you and me to act together since playing God, of course. They've been demanding it. So Tim and I had to. We
went through hundreds of different possibilities, and this was the one.
Finally, at long last. But you're not gay lovers. Shoot, that's what we all wanted.
Not on screen.
Not yet. Not yet. So I'll ask one last question. You know, you guys are here at the film festival. Given that this is a story about fighting and about redemption of sorts in relationships, what's the message that you're excited to show to audiences?
It's always a tough question because I never think of films having messages. You know, films are just films and people come away with what they come away with. And if a film does have a message, it's usually a pretty bad film. But I think it was, you know, what drew me to the script initially was what they actually did accomplish through this tragedy. You know, that they actually did build a viable working children's hospital. And I just respected that, and I wanted to see if I could tell that story through that guy.
I think the film is about turning a tragedy into a force for good. So that, in a sense, is the message of the film: is that you can. This is a parent's worst nightmare. You can actually make that into something ultimately positive, which seems almost inconceivable. So that's what the film is demonstrating.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just say I'm very, very happy to be here at the Hamptons Film Festival because my first short film 20 years ago, this was the first festival that ever showed my first film. So it's kind of nice to come back.
What was that called?
It was called Bach and Variations. And in fact, this festival showed all my short films subsequently and wanted to show my first feature and for various reasons couldn't. So I'm really, really pleased to be here with Louder Than Words.
How exciting. Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations.
All right.